Hello, person. Thank you for the like buttons. Appreciate you. Yay, buttons of liking for Nemo. Good morrow, Shed Gang and Aliyah of the Zatsa. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Is it raining out there in Joshua Tree, Allie? It's been raining hardcore for the past 2 days here. Yeah, as you can see over my shoulder, it's still gray. And it was raining this morning. Like full on pouring this morning. Didn't stop until like 7:30, 8 o'clock. Yeah. Did I buy my ticket? Yes. I bought it that same day. April 12th, 1:55 p.m. from Los Angeles. It's official. Right? I like the little birds here. And there's a hummingbird feeder right there that they come and visit. You can tell when they show up because they got, like, you can hear the vibration of their wings. Kind of crazy. It's like a much more pleasant sounding version of the vibration from some other wings that anybody who's lived in slabs around the summer months has PTSD from. It's a much better vibration. Goddamn bombers. I swear I can hear the vibration of a bomber from like a mile away. Like there's a disturbance in the force. We're gonna go with oh, serious though. Yeah, they straight freaking take a chunk out of you, dude. Those bombers will bite through Carhartts. Like, straight through Carhartt bibs, man. I know. I've watched it happen. Watched some fucking like somebody be warned about it. Some like train kid and be like, hey dude, watch out, man. They'll bite through Carhartts and like, nothing gets through my Carhartt. And we'll just ignore it when it lands on them, and then all of a sudden their eyes light up and they're like, swear, like, what the fuck? Yeah, bro. Your Carhartt don't mean shit. He's like, this is a flak jacket. It stops bullets. It stops minor grade bullets. Buckshot. I was like, uh-huh. And it don't stop a fucking bomber. Yeah, the Carhartt is just the appetizer. But yeah, I ordered my ticket. Back on Thursday. Like, I literally, as soon as we got off the stream, I went down and threw the money in my card. And then I bought the ticket. It's pretty intense to think that, like, it's official. I'm leaving April 12th at 1:55 p.m. I'm going to the Europe place. And I got my little fingers too. Second. Yes, the Allspark. Yes. Travel adapter with USB. Good morning, Cole. Yeah, see, Ellie? It's got these little buttons, little slide-up doohickeys. And, like, this one says EU, so, like, Europe. And then you press this little button to release it. You got the up. And it's got a spot for you to plug in on those sides as well. Not just plug, but plug into this. It's got Australia and the UK. It's got Australia. It's got America. But also has 3 smart USBs and a USB-C. So like USB-C to USB-C, which is great because that's what my phone technically uses. It's USB-C to USB-C. Input voltage 1 to 250 volts. Max load 8 amps. Comes with an integrated fuse and an extra fuse. So in case that one blows. Right? I thought so, Ellie. Made me happy. Thank you guys for the likes. Appreciate you. It's amazing sometimes. I'll have like 15, 20 people in the live stream, but there'll be like 4 likes. Hello. Hello, please. I like how if you watch the episode on him, you find out that he's actually not Asian. He's just some white guy with like a memory issue. But they let him stay thinking he's Asian because otherwise they wouldn't have an Asian restaurant in South Park. Like weird back assward logic of that is just too good. Oh, South Park. I need more dabs. My cart is almost gone. Ooh. That was tense. Ugh. But yeah, that's just yeah. It's very low, Shed Gang. But I have $3.75 to my name, so getting a new card at the moment isn't exactly not a possibility. So I'm just trying to take small hits off of this one every now and then. Try to make it last as long as possible. Ugh. I have 5 in food stamps and 4 in cash card. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Being broke is real, man. It's a real thing, dude. It is what it is, though. Shit happens. I'm used to being a poor person. So, like, it's whatever. It's just when I have money, it's like a blessing versus, like, always having money. And when I don't, I freak out. I'd rather be used to being broke than used to having money and then freak out because I have a day where I don't have access to my bank account or some shit, you know? I'm about to be in Europe where, like, just exploring and backpacking and walking and, like, living mainly off of, like, oatmeal and dried fruit and shit like that, you know? Powdered peanut butter to go throw in the oatmeal for protein. Like, I'm gonna be pretty broke most of Europe. Well, for the rest of the world, really, you know, unless I somehow go from 314 subscribers to a few K. So, is what it is. At least I have coffee this morning. New shocks and brake pads, front wings, and lower ball joints. The car wants, so I have to respect them. It's all good. Oh yeah, dude, good coffee. Out of my little Hogwarts cauldron. Brought to me by the lovely Ali. I totally forgot about it. I remembered my Yoda, but I didn't remember my Harry Potter cauldron. I'm more likely to take this to Europe than Yoda. I'm probably gonna end up leaving Yoda here with my buddy. He's a big Star Wars dork. But I'm pretty sure I can package this up. I can stuff it full of shit, you know, and around it. It'll be nice and safe inside the backpack. Kind of intense to think, man. That, like, in a few weeks, I'm gonna be getting on a plane, man. April 12th. Few more weeks, man. Like, it's official. I have my passport. I have the plane ticket already paid for and scheduled. Now it's just trying to stay calm and chill, not get in trouble, so can't make my ticket, you know? Stay out of sight, out of the mind of the cops and whatnot. It's probably like half the reason why I've been hanging out here at my buddy's house. One, because he's been going through a rough patch and I was helping him get through it. And two, because, yeah, it's nice to have a spot where I can just chill and sit, you know? In the end, all I really want to do in the day nowadays is just sit around and practice my German on Duolingo and freaking play my Magic the Gathering arena in the morning and get my daily task done. But other than that, you know, like I was saying with Tony Hawk the other day, like I've seen it, I've done it. Oh, speaking of that, there goes one. He got such cute little chirps. Yeah. It's just like I need to I need to pay my phone bill. Go get some work this weekend so I can try to get some work this weekend so I can pay my phone bill. So I don't have to worry about that till next month. And I also think thinking about getting like a couple days initially in like a cheap motel room or a hostel over there. Would be cool. So like, I want to get some work and save up some cash for that. So when I land over there, I can go straight into a hostel or a hotel, cheap hotel, and drop my gear and go wander around London without having to worry about it. Slash, because I'll be so freaking tired from the plane, be able to like just straight crash out for the night. Like it'd be really good. Because like I'll be flying into Heathrow at 4:55 p.m. And then it's like an hour and a half ish bus/train ride to get to down to like London proper. So I'm thinking about like if I can pull it off, have like the cash in pocket when I land to like go get a motel room, or even see if I can just straight rent one. Like get the cash up and then like use my Expedia account. Just straight get a cheap Modi as soon as I land. Like I already have it set up. Would be pretty cool. Can adjust and get the lay of the land. If you know what I mean. But yeah, it's kind of nuts to think about. Like, all that's really left to do is pay this month's phone bill, get my phone unlocked by AT&T, so I'm not, because like, I'm not international planning it. I plan on coming back to the States for a very long time, if ever. So, figure, might as well get that set up. And then, yeah, just kind of wing it. There's a whole world out there for me to see. Everybody's like, aren't you scared? Aren't you worried that something bad might happen? It's like, yeah, but something bad might happen here in America. People freak out and do crazy shit every day, man. Especially here in America. It's because it's different. You don't understand it sometimes. Doesn't mean it's necessarily dangerous. It's just different. And I'm down, man. I want to go see different. I want to go experience, I want to be able to bring y'all along and my little videos and show y'all the cool stuff like overseas that just tickles my fancy. And slash tickles your fancy too. Like I think it'll be one of the really cool, exciting things to be able to do is be able to like be going around filming, doing my little vids, but then when I do my like coffee live stream, like, hey, I'm in blah blah blah. Anything in this general area y'all want me to go check out? And like my buddy my buddy Mike, he wants me to go see Romania. The world is crazy. Can't wait for the ride. Also, they're usually pretty cheap, aren't they? And potential to find other like-minded people that may or may not have work leads and whatnot. Yeah, exactly. They're usually very cheap. Like they're geared towards backpackers, and yeah, they're usually like a third to a fifth of the price of a hotel. Like I've gotten even here in America, I've gotten a hostel where it was $9 a night for the main room, and you had like a little locker you could lock your gear up in. I stayed there for like 3 4 days and wandered around Moab, the Lazy Lizard Hostel in Moab, Utah. Super chill. Like the next cheapest hotel there was like $75 a night before taxes. Um, it's just Duolingo telling me that I need to practice. Your hearts are full. You should read some German stuff. It's kind of crazy. Like I'm still like a first grader, but I'm a first grader, man. Like I can read simple sentences and shit and understand them. I still don't feel very confident. Like my response, you know, like if somebody were to come up to me and start speaking German, it might just freak me out. So I don't tell people that I've been practicing German for going on a year now. But I'm getting there. I think that's pretty damn cool. I also think about like watching a lot of spent most of yesterday watching a lot of best of like, slash coolest places of Europe. Like wow, like 100 cool places to go check out, and that was really motivating. So like that's pretty dope. Like there's a lot of really cool like things to go see that aren't necessarily expensive either. You're just gonna just go and check them out. You know, there's a lot of fucking free tourism to just go check out and see. You know, and that's what I'm looking for. Is like I just want to go explore. You know, like I don't care about buying fancy fucking clothes or going to a fancy resort. Like I'll just as happy as sleep in a tent at a campsite along the beach than stay in the $5 million multifaceted resort of Milan. I'll just be in Milan, you know, because Italy is beautiful. Think about going there for winter, either Milan or Turkey. Well, not necessarily Milan, but like southern Italy or the country of Turkey. Turkey stays pretty warm. So does the boot tip, the toe point of the boot. It's like the coldest day. It's like middle of January. It's like 55 the low, high 65, 70s. You know, like it's pretty warm even in the dead of winter, which is pretty dope. I like that. Turkey might be warmer though, because it's not next to a big body of water. You know. Oh, Istanbul is crazy from what I've heard. There's one of the largest cities in Europe, which is like that's going to be a big thing. Like experience a giant city like that in another country. Like big cities are intense already here in America for me, like New York and LA and shit. And I can read all the signs, let alone when I'm in a different country and I can't read the signs, man. Sitting there using a Google Translator, Like, where am I? That's why the other reason why I need to keep a phone bill paid, you know? I can Google Map myself. Or the equivalent. I assume there's still like Google Maps in Europe and whatnot. Hmm. Oh. Where'd everybody go? Or is my phone just messing with me? Did you know that back in the day they measured the size of a coffee cup not by the coffee cup, but by how many fingers you could put inside of the handle grip? A little miniature teacup, man, like for little tea parties. It's just 2 fingers. This behemoth, though, you get 3 fingers comfortably. 4 crammed. I don't know, it was like a 3 finger. And it is ridiculously large. But that's okay. Got it for really cheap. Back in the day, at the beginning of the pandemic thing. Magical stimulus monies bought it for me. That was a weird thing, man. Ye old pandemic. Government just giving everybody money. Here, don't freak out. Here's $1,200. It's like, thanks. Oh. Yeah, my buddy, his dad sent for the kids. Well, for his youngest daughter and her best friend. Shoot, 3 minutes behind. What do you mean 3 minutes behind? As you accidentally pause the screen, you're getting delayed Nemo reactions. Delay Nemo. I'll be right back. Go grab my beard brush. Sorry about that. Ugh. Much better. Got my boar brush. Boar bristles, man. Where it's at. It's kind of crazy how good these brushes are. Like, see how crazy my beard looks like right now? It's all like, but just a couple brushes with this and some of this, and boom, dude. Like, straightens up. Way less wonky. There we go. Should probably use it to... There we go. Much better. How are you guys doing this morning? Anything exciting going on? Besides listening to a Nemo talk about Europe? And there's like so many freaking castles in the Uck, man. There's like, they said there's like 1,400, possibly more. Like, they're all over the UK. Like, I'm gonna go on a castle tour, dude. Cheers. See, that's not fog. That's just a dab. Well, the sun's starting to break through. We're trying to. A couple patches of blue. Ye old California palm trees that aren't from California. That was a weird day when I learned that. That, like, the palm trees you see here were all brought in and planted back in like the 40s and 50s and like the high time of like Hollywood. Like, all those trees were all planted. None of this shit's natural. Like, and then you go down towards Slabs down by Mecca, and like there's just date palm orchards for like 10, 15 miles straight, just palm trees. Hmm. That's gonna be something weird. Get adjusted to all the new nature. It's gonna be crazy. Like every time I go somewhere, I get like switch like biomes. Like I get like a head cold for a little bit. I can't even imagine what it's gonna be like in Europe. Like a whole new, different set of allergens. Like I feel like death for the first like week. It's all like, I'm fine. Everything is great. I just look like I'm dying. Welcome to London. All like fucked up and shit. Ooh, can't wait. I'm gonna go see Stonehenge, which is like right outside of London. I've been looking into like everything to do while in London, you know, slash uh, London's just like the big city, but like you know like there's a lot of like small town like smaller cities that are like totally worth checking out, like Perth in Australia. Like most people have never heard of Perth, but if you have, you know it's an amazing spot. Like it's what outdoes Sydney by far, but you have to know it exists. There's a lot of like small towns like that outside of freaking London. Like I want to go see Bath. Like they still have the baths there from back during Roman occupation. Like I want to go to uh, I want to go to can't remember half the names, but there's a bunch of really cool spots in uh, northern Scotland. All these different castles and uh, small like historic villages that are still like have the same houses that have been there since like the 1800s BC, like old. People still live and act like they've been renovated inside to be more livable with like electricity and shit, but like they're still the same structures, you know, like still a stone building from freaking like that was built by somebody in the freaking Middle Ages, you know, like just to think about that, it's just like beyond cool. I'm super excited for that, like experience real history, feel motivated to travel again, you know, like that's what I originally first went on the road was like I was just a tourist, like I backpacked anywhere and everywhere with a big atlas in my backpack, and that was it. Like I didn't even have a phone. I didn't have a phone until like the fifth year on the road, and the only reason I ended up getting that was so I could freaking download a Game Boy Advance emulator and play Game Boy Advance games on it. Back in the chat, I had to get in the car to get ready to go to the work. Oh yes, yes. Here's what it is, Cole. Here's what it is, Ellie. Good morning, Josh Joyce of Sorrows. Hope you're having a better morning up there than our mornings down here. I mean, at least it stopped raining. But the last like 2 days, it's been like awful weather. I had some carne asada fries last night. That was pretty dank. Yeah, it stopped here for now too. But like last night, it was pouring hard, dude. Like it didn't stop pouring like bullets until around like 7:30 this morning. It was nuts. And I'm chilling out here on the back porch. So like, it's pretty intense. I stayed mostly dry though. There's a little bit of spray. I just took where the cherries were and moved them against the wall and slid my little rug here over there against the door. And besides a little bit of like mist here or there from like it hitting the wall right here and then bouncing, I was dry. And this overhang still is pretty dry. If I wanted to, I could have gone and slept in the living room with the girls, but they're teenagers, so they don't go to bed till like 2, 3 in the morning. So there would have been no way I would have been able to sleep. So I just shoved my way against the door and freaking went back to bed. Silly teenagers. I was never like that as a teenager. I've just like always had the early brain. So even if I stayed up till like 2, 3, 4 in the morning, I'd still be up at like 6:30, 7 o'clock. 8 the latest I like ever really. I just slept in, you know. Just not that person. Oh. Let's see here. What do I need? I'm trying to think of like things I need for Europe, but like pretty much got everything I can think of really. Only thing I need now is like to complete my setup is a GoPro and like one of the little mount setups, you know, like you sell where like you can like strap it to your chest or a hat mount, you know. Other than that, I'm pretty much golden. Like now it's just like a waiting game now. Extra batteries for it as well. Yeah, for sure. But I gotta work on getting it first, man. That's like, I don't know. It's in my wish list. I think it's like 30 something bucks for the GoPro. It's just generic GoPro, like 30 bucks ish. And then a generic mount. Like I'll eventually get something nicer, but just to have for now, you know, like if I keep on putting it off, not getting it because I can't afford a nice one, I'll never end up getting one. Like I said, oh, you just checked. Like I said, man, I don't know what a good one is, and I'm just trying to get something that functions. It says HDI in the description, but it records in AVI format. Let's pretend that Nemo is technologically illiterate and doesn't know what the fuck AVI is. I do say, ¿qué? QUE? ¿Qué? No comprendo. Well, yeah, I know a decent one will be like 60 to 100 bucks, but just so I have something, man. Like, I'd rather have a shitty one than nothing, you know? And I'm flat broke right now, so like, not like I can just, like anything I get, like I'm gonna like unless somebody gets it for me on my wish list, like I got that. That's part of that's in the wish list. It's a 64 gigabyte memory card. And like I said, once I'm overseas and once the channel is growing a little bit more, I'll get like a nicer one and invest money into it, you know? But right now, I'm flat broke, so like, I'm just trying to get whatever the cheapest thing I can scrounge up money for, because I got to pay my phone bill for this month. Get that. Get those two. Get the camera, the mount, and the freaking card. Better be hustling, not just wait. Oh yeah, oh for sure. I'm going to be hanging out here doing the thing, out riding the rain, slash giving Mike peace of mind while his kid's here, having another adult in the general area while he's not at work all day, I think is giving him peace of mind, especially with all the trauma those kids went through. But then, yeah, they leave Saturday or Sunday, one of the two. And I'm gonna have him give me a ride because they go up to LA. I'm gonna have him give me a ride. San Diego, but yeah, I'm gonna have him try to give me a ride out towards San Clemente. Slash, I'll catch the train out. Phone bill and memory card probably priority. Wait, you mean memory card for my phone or for the GoPro? Saying I should have a second card for my phone just so I can have. You know, that, like I said, I also want to save up a little cash for like initial landing funds so I can get like a cheap hostel or motel. I'm gonna look into that actually when I'm done with the live stream today. Freaking look into how much that's gonna cost. Well, you're saying I should get one for both. I should get a card for my phone and a card for the Google. I mean, if I can pull it off, man. Let's go inside. I gotta freaking make another cup of coffee. You don't know how soon you're going to be able to get the GoPro. Might as well give your phone extra space. For sure. That's quite valid. For sure, Joyce. See, even Mike has it marked on his calendar. The leaving of Nemo. Less than 1 month of wake-ups. This wonky stuff. So I've done some experimenting with it, and it makes decent creamer for coffee. What you gotta do is you gotta like take a little bowl, put water in it, and then like take a fork and slowly pour it in and stir it. Otherwise, it clumps at the bottom. You can't just pour it in there and pour water on it; it'll get all clumped together. And slowly in there, stir it. Makes decent creamer for coffee. It's not the best creamer, but you know, when you're a broke Nemo, dehydrated milk does the trick. Or dry milk, as the package says. Dry milk. Oh. This shit smells very strange. smells like milk, but at the same time it doesn't smell like milk. Very strange. Very strange. Water's almost ready. Stirred up the milk. Put it does French press. Give that 5 minutes. Turn all the lights off and go back outside so I can stop whispering. I'll be right back. Much better. Oh, it's intense, man. kind of crazy to think that like I'm so close to going to Europe. It's literally just a waiting game now. That's kind of crazy to think about. Now it's literally just waiting on the ticket and the ticket date. Freaking trying to save up cash here and there so I can get a Modi when I get there and have a little bit of like landing fundage so I'm not like running around flat broke, you know? Go to one of the post offices and get my money exchanged. Apparently in the UK that's where you get your money exchanged. It's just go to a post office. Most post offices in London have currency exchange from like the entire planet. So that'll be really cool and easy to do. That, and I should be able to get, if I manage to save up, not if, I should be able to, because I'll pull it off, there's no if about it, but I should be able to get a couple nights at a hoagie or a hostel when I first get there. Really thinking that that'd be a good thing just to have like a landing zone. So like my first day isn't like finding a spot to crash out in London. I mean, not that I won't be sleeping outside a lot, here, there, and everywhere. I don't know, something about it just seems like it would be a nice comfort. Not to mention that fact that like I'm gonna be on the plane for so long that it'll be nice. I won't get to Heathrow Airport till 4:55 p.m. So it'd be nice to be able to just get to a Modi or slash hostel and crash out for the night, you know? But other than that, you know, I have no real plans. I just want to go. Plans have been what's been dulling my trip the last year or so, because like trying to figure out something to do, because like I've already seen it all. When I first went on the road here in America, I just went because I hadn't seen anything. So it's like everything was new to me. So I can't wait for that experience again. We go overseas and just everything be new. And all the way down to like, I can't wait to get to like little like English and Scottish and Danish villages and like towns that like the like streets are super tiny, so like you can't park on the roads. Like you have to find a spot off the road to park because the town and the roads were initially built before roads, before cars. You know, like I was watching watching a video yesterday, and there's a couple little villages that were just like the quaintest little like something out of a storybook. That over there is way more common, but to a silly little American kid who's like, shit's like damn near mind-meltingly amazing. It's just like, wow, it's still there. We don't have anything that's still there. And we're like, we don't have the culture nearly as old as them, but we also like, most of our stuff is gone, you know? We don't have historic towns anymore here in America. Most of them have been repurposed or moved, or it's all like a fake facade, like it all burned down back in the day, so they just rebuilt it to make it look old, but it's actually like hella new. So it'd be really cool to go like see all these like essentially like timeless villages. And that's the thing I'm really looking forward to right now, is that like seeing all the old world crap, you know? Okay, let's see, what time is it? Perfect, it's time to press the press. Spend the next few weeks just preparing, you know, for the next big step. how big the airport in Istanbul is. I assume it's massive, because like that's the international hub that I'm flying into, and then from there I'm taking a plane. Yeah, exactly. We're only 300 something years old, dude. That's what I mean. It's like I'm not even talking down in America. Like I grew up here. I love the place, but like we don't have shit for historical content. We just don't. Our historical shit is like World War, World War, yeah, World War One and Two, like bomb bunkers from like when they were scared of Japan, World War One, and on the east coast, I mean on the west coast, you see them up in like Washington and Oregon still, and then like down in the south, you see like the Civil War monuments, and but like I grew up with uh, an FBI agent dad who was obsessed with that type of shit. So like I spent my childhood going to all those like old Civil War things. I went. We lived in San Antonio. I went to the fucking Alamo. Like, don't even get me started. How many times? Where's that little slip to go? And just the different culture, you know. There's like different stuff depending on what part of the country you're in. But like in the end, it's still just different parts of America. And it's gonna be really cool to be like see completely different things every few hundred, like 300 to 500 kilometers. You know, like most European countries aren't that big. They're about the size of Colorado / Utah at the most. And so like it'd be really cool to be able to like go check one thing out and then just jump on a train or walk out to a highway and throw my thumb out. I can't wait to start hitchhiking again overseas. It's gonna be so cool and hitchhiking in between countries and shit. That itself is tripping me out. I wonder how, like, just how different it's gonna be, like, traveling. That itself is gonna be amazing, dude. Just like, you can't believe that after all this time, the past 8 months has been rough, man. I was up in Oregon, freaking. I was like, I'm gonna come down here and watch D's spot for a couple months. I ordered my passport. On my way down, some crazy crackhead stole my bag that had my birth certificate in it, so I had to reorder that thing so I could order my passport. Now that's all in the past, man. It's kind of crazy to think about. I still need my birth certificate back. My passport showed up like over a week ago, but like my birth certificate still hasn't shown back up yet. It is what it is, but like kind of want my birth certificate because if I have my birth certificate, I can go into the Social Security office, you know, and get a Social Security card too. I guess Social Security card only really matters for like proving your ability to work in America. And seeing as I don't really plan on doing that, just you know. Been thinking about when I get to Europe, would be cool to get some work and buy a cheap van or a cheap little like sedan and putz around. get like a cheap vehicle up in Amsterdam and drive down to France, Spain, you know. I'm at a crossroads in life. I don't know what the fuck to do. Well, I am the great sage Nemo. Lay your burdens upon me, and I shall answer your questions. Uh, but to answer your question, you should go on the road. You should sell all your stuff and leave. Screw the employment opportunity. Screw the possibility of better pay. Just go. The hardest step is going out your front door, man. You got this. I assume that's what you're talking about, right? Senior? Is that what you mean? Yep. Well, then go. You know? You got this. My big thoughts on it when it comes down to it is like, saw this thing about a while back, and said, no matter what the world tells you, it happens. But no matter what the world tells you, you got to make sure to remember one thing, that their expectations, their imposed thoughts on you are irrelevant. The only person you need to worry, there's only two people in the world. That's what it was. There's only two people in the world that you need to try to please in your life. Only two people in the world that you need to please. Have a good life. It's not your wife. It's not your boss. Not your neighbor, your dog, your kids. It's 8-year-old Cole and 90-year-old Cole. Will they be impressed? Would they be happy? Everybody else, screw them. They're just living in their own fear, making excuses on why not to go do the thing, man. You know what I mean? In the end, you know, that's all we got, man. What did 8-year-old Cole want? What was his dream? And his 80-year-old or 90-year-old Cole, who was 8 and 80, that's what the guy said. What is 80-year-old? Is 80-year-old Cole going to be happy with your decisions? Or is he going to look back and regret not doing the things? All the hassle, the tough times, the speed bumps, that'll all fade away, man. Even this conversation we're having right now. You won't remember who told you, who inspired you, what finally made you think why I wanted to go on the road. That's very cool. That's the thing, is like, it all comes down to that, man. Like, you want to go see the world, right? Then go see the world. Get your silly ass out of Iowa. Go do the thing, man. You got this. Is it intimidating sometimes? Oh, hell yeah, dude. I'm not gonna lie for a second and say it's not. Like, I'm fucking borderline terrified right now thinking about going overseas. But I'm gonna do it. You know? Like, I think that stops a lot of people, you know? The fear. So many people, they're like, they'll hear me talk about how I'm gonna go overseas, I'm gonna walk the longest road, how I'm gonna this, and this. And you can see it in their eyes, they're like, wow. But the other half of their brain is just so much fear, just either from what could happen or the loss of security from leaving their little safety net, their little hole in the ground or on the ground, called a house. Like, and that's what it comes down for me, man. Like, I could move down somewhere in the south or up north in Oregon, get work at a lumber mill, making 45, $50 an hour, 5 days a week, sometimes on Saturday too, Monday through Friday, sometimes on Saturday too if there's a big load. But 2/3 of it would go to rent, if not more. I'd be tired on the weekends and don't feel like doing anything, just so I could have financial security. Childhood Nemo and 80-year-old Nemo are both unimpressed right now. We're just sitting here, man. I guess that's a big thing for me. Is it's about that spark, you know? It's about that, like, that call. It's like that Moana song. There's a line where the sea meets the sky, and it calls me. And the call's not up there at all, it's inside me. It's in the core, man. In your very soul. You know? Will the achievements for those things be hard sometimes? Oh, yeah. Will it seem rough and the world's against you? Oh, yeah. Will you remember those days? Nah. You'll remember the cool stuff. Stressful at the time, but like the saying says, man, this too shall pass. And you won't be thinking about it. You'll just be doing the thing. you know? Day-to-day BS that weighs us down is just that. Day-to-day BS. It rolls right out as it rolls right in. Unless you sit there and dwell on it, it's gone with the tide. I think that's just a big thing. We just gotta live like that, man. Let it all roll out with the tide. But yeah. Thanks for driving through. Showing support towards the channel. Hope my silly Nemo thoughts and musings have brought you peoples who are watching right now and in future joy. And feel free to like, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. Keep contact, keep watching, because in less than a month, I'm going to be in Europe. We're going to go adventure together. As always, links are in the description. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and my Amazon wish list as well. Feel free to show Nemo some love. He's rather broke right now. But as always, it's never necessary. I don't want you to ever go out of your way and lose money on my behalf. Like, don't put yourself in a deficit. Hope you have a great day. Keep your heads up. Keep your heart up. Remember, make 8-year-old, strive to make 8-year-old and 8-year-old you happy. Screw what everybody else thinks, man.